Good morning, and welcome back to the morning after. I suggest you buckle in because there's no more holding back on these guys. 8 games left. I'd seen positive signs the last 3 games despite losses. Come in on a Saturday night. Sold out crowd. Connor Hellebuyck's 500th game. What a milestone for the future Hall of Famer. In my opinion, the guy that's going to go down as the best American goaltender to ever play the game. Sold out crowd. Hockey Night in Canada. Rinks buzzing. You got a 5-game losing streak that you're trying to get out of against a shitty non-playoff Ottawa Senators. And you lay a shit on the ice for the first 40 minutes. Like, it's an absolute joke already. Let's start with Rick fucking Bowness. This meme cannot personify what Rick Bowness has done with this organization, this team, throughout the second half. This is a man that let this team slide since January to a 14-2, 500 record for the second year in a row. Rick Bowness has watched a team collapse on his watch. And how did we get here, do you ask? Lack of accountability. This guy preaches accountability to the media. Oh, I'm going to be the bad guy. I'm going to be the one to bring out the stick. And I'm going to treat these guys a certain way. And everybody's going to be held to the same standard. And they haven't been. We've been talking about this on Top Line Winnipeg in these morning afters. That there's been accountability for some and a lack of accountability for others. And guess what? It's allowed bad habits to build up. It's allowed bullshit to build up. It's allowed frustration to build up with different members of the team. It's allowed this collapse. Call it for what it is. It's a fucking collapse again. The Winnipeg Jets are collapsing again, and this guy has had a front row seat to it and has allowed it to happen. And you know where his 2 biggest blind spots are? Let's take a run at the forwards first, because it's Mark Scheifele and Kyle Connor. I'm so glad that Kyle Connor was the apple to his eye, and he's honored to play hockey with him. And, it just makes them so happy playing together. Because guess what? It's an absolute dishonor for everybody that pays him money to watch this hockey team be held hostage to these two who can't play. They're bona fide scrubs together. During the 5-game losing streak before tomorrow, this is what 81 and 55 minutes looked like together. They're losing 6-0. Outshot attempted 63-42. They expect to get 29% of the goals by underlying metrics, and in high danger chances, they control 24%. It is absolutely unacceptable. This is worse than the tanking Buffalo Sabres top line. And guess what? It didn't get any better last night. 7-0. Mark Scheifele is directly a cause of the first 2 goals for the Ottawa Senators because he can't handle a puck. I didn't even know if him and Connor were playing with like a racket or something, the amount that they could not handle a puck, and it was going right to Ottawa Senators all night. Enough is enough. We finally saw with 8 minutes left. This is how cowardly Rick Bowness is. We saw in the second half of the third period them finally going to the line that fucking we're at our best with. Like, it's been a no-brainer for months. 9-9 before last night for the Ehlers, the Connor, Scheifele, Velarde line. Guess what? It's 9-10. There's not a single metric, goals or anything, that you could even pretend to suggest that's a fucking top line. But guess what happens when you move Kyle Connor off of it for Nick Ehlers? Absolute domination. And guess what? It happened again last night. Like, the difference is so stark. And I have people online battling because, it can't be Kyle Connor's fault. Guess what? Both these players are so fucking key to this team's success. You need them both out of both of them. And you're never getting that out of them together. I don't want to hear about his knee brace. I don't want to hear about him coming back from injury. Guess what? If those are problems, reducing his ice time is better for everyone. Get your heads out of your asses already. And that's especially you, Rick Bowness. You are killing this team. Like, I'm not joking where if we see him go back to this line, Winnipeg should collectively get a retire bonus chant going or something because he is taking this sheep to the absolute slaughter in this first round, and he has to wear this. Even more damaging during this stretch, the Winnipeg depth lines have actually been pretty good. So is 81 without 55. So is 55 without 81. Like, this ain't fucking rocket science. And you know what else isn't rocket science? It's also not rocket science that you get absolutely nothing. Actually, worse than nothing by continuing to run Neil frickin' Pionk in your top four. The Winnipeg Jets defensively are at their best when everyone can make reads. Everyone can safely know that their partner and the player on the ice is going to be doing their job. And guess what? When Neil Pionk's on the ice, you don't know what the fuck he's going to do because Neil Pionk doesn't know what the fuck he's going to do. This is the results with Neil Pionk on the ice. They are 8% less dangerous than the league average offensively. This is supposed to be an offensive defenseman. Doesn't impact the game defensively or offensively. And he sure as shit impacts it defensively for all the wrong reasons. Look at all that red in front of the Winnipeg Jets net. That's how much quality they give up with this man on the ice. You traded a pick for Colin Miller. You have Dylan Sandberg. Hell, I even play Logan Stanley, and people know my takes on Logan Stanley. I play Logan Stanley over this guy at this point. He can't skate. He gets burnt. He can't handle pucks. What is he doing here at this point? On the defensive side of things, 3-2 hockey game as Brady Tkachuk scores on a late power play. Brendan Dillon, obviously big fan of how he approaches the game. Stupid penalty. It's a dumb penalty with that much time left. And it comes back to cost him after Alex Iafallo makes a big block. And then Nate Schmidt has not one but two chances to clear the puck. And he can't. And that's the ball game, folks. It's the ball game. Winnipeg scores its first power play goal in 20 attempts. Yay. I guess that's exciting. But this is a team 4 points out of a wild card spot right now that was fighting for their division, who has gone 500 since mid-January. Absolutely toast. 8 games left. There's probably nothing they can do to instill confidence in me at this point. But 8 games left. Maybe 13 total. I just know Rick Bowness is terrible at card games. I just know it. He's holding this season torture by prioritizing 3 guys that just aren't them. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. The good, Nick Ehlers stays hot. He's got 9 points in his last 9 games. He was clearly the runaway favorite as the Winnipeg Jets' best skater last night. Unsurprisingly, honestly. I mean, that just shouldn't be a surprise to people at this stage. The Lowry line was, again, excellent in this one. Again, we don't talk enough about how good Adam Lowry's season's been. And Connor Hellebuyck. I thought Connor Hellebuyck was awesome considering what he faced in his 500th game. It is what it is, man. I'll be in the rink against LA Monday. I don't know.